I'm gonna run, make a run to the hardware store.
Hey everyone, I'm Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. We had several big pine trees taken down this summer and we're still busy splitting and stacking, getting ready for winter. And it reminded me of this really cool soap making technique that I have been wanting to try for forever. It's making a wood grain effect in a soap. And I finally did it. So I wanted to show you guys how I did this process so you can try it for yourselves. I'm trying to remember where I first saw this soap technique done. I think it was a random YouTube video from another soap channel, Luna and the Leaf. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, dude, that is one of the coolest designs ever. And it's really not that hard to do. So I'm like, okay, that's going to be my next project to tackle. So the idea with this soap technique is you need to have a very light trace so you can pour lots of super thin layers down the side of your soap mold. So I soaped at a very low temperature. My fats were melted down and my lye solution, both of them were a little under 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And I kept the ingredients in this recipe super simple. It's literally just straight soap batter with a little bit of cocoa powder for the brown portion. And then I used a sandalwood fragrance oil, essential oil blend that I found. The brand is Crafter's Choice, and I found it on wholesalesuppliesplus.com. And then I added some cedarwood essential oil in with it. And I didn't do very much. I tried to keep it a little bit lighter. And it actually worked out really beautifully. I was afraid that it might accelerate the soap batter a little bit, but it kept it nice and light pretty much the entire time up until near the end. And so I was able to pour lots of thin layers down the side of the mold. Now, this was my first time trying this, and I got a little bit messy because I was trying to keep the tip of the pouring pitchers right along the edge. So I kind of kept accidentally dripping a little bit onto the counter. It is what it is. Let me show you a couple pictures real quick of another batch that I did later that turned out a lot better. And I did decide to just use my longer soap mold because I loved it so much. I decided to make some more bars at once. So that's just a little sneak peek of what I'm getting started with right here. I'm just going to kind of speed through this process because it's pretty straightforward once I get going here. Like, I tap it down and kind of slowly angle the mold down as I get going, but I'm not going to bore you with putting this in normal speed, so I'm just going to put it on like 2x. You'll notice every once in a while I do like an extra little swirl or swoop like I did just there. That's to kind of give it those knots that wood might naturally have for wherever a branch would be sticking out. I didn't do it a ton. I wanted to do it more, but I'm pouring it a little bit thicker than I wanted to here just because I was nervous about it accelerating. So I was just at least trying to get the basics of the technique down, but you can definitely pour it thinner than this and not go back and forth multiple times with each color. You could literally do like one pass at a time if you wanted the pattern to be super thin. And that other batch that I showed you that I did later, I was able to do that a little bit thinner and it turned out better. So at the end, the one thing that is different about this soap technique is you don't cut the bars straight across like you would with any other soap. You actually have to cut off the ends and then turn it sideways. So I'll show you. And I did end up like cutting off some other side pieces that I wouldn't normally do just because I wanted to show you lots of different portions of what the pattern looked like throughout the bar. And then I'm also going to show you a camera span just across the cutting of my second batch that I did, but I did not cut off like the quote unquote ugly sides on the backs of the bars or the sides of the bars. I just left those because as long as there's one cool patterned side that customers could see if they wanted to buy this, that's going to be enough to catch their eye and be like, whoa, that's really cool. And then the other side, if it's a little bit more plain, not really a big deal because the cool thing about these bars, as you wash your hands, the pattern is going to change as the bar gets smaller. So I really love that, how it's just so different throughout the entire thing, kind of like a hanger swirl design too. I want to thank all of you for joining me in this video today. I hope you're enjoying it. You can hit that like button if so, and I would love to see in the comments if any of you have ever seen this done before, or if you try it, I want to hear how it goes for you. So I'm just going to play a couple of fun songs now that I found, and I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next soapy adventure very soon.
I'm gonna run, make a run to the hardware store. I need a new screen for my old screen door. Washers and screws and nails by the pound. You can't find it there, can't be found. If it ain't in store, they can order it square, peg, round, hole, they'll make it fit. Whatever you need and a whole lot more, they got it all over at the hardware store. If you're working on your house or working on a shed, if you're building a garage or a flower bed, if the wheel on your riding mower is flat, if you need a new hose or a gardening hat, they got bags of mulching, fertilizer, pegboard and workshop organizers. Any tool in the world to do it yourself, and there's a big old cat napping on the shelf. I'm gonna run, make a run to the hardware store. I need a new screen for my old screen door. Washers and screws and nails by the pound. You can't find it there, can't be found. If it ain't in store, they can order it square, peg, round, hole, they'll make it fit. Whatever you need and a whole lot more, they got it all over at the hardware store. A pick, a shovel, a spade, a rake, American made, it'll never break. They got tin wash tubs and radio flyers, Christmas lights and turkey fryers, chain and rope cut to any length, chicken wire, any height and strength. If you're looking for something, talk to the white. If he don't have it, he knows a guy who might. I'm gonna run, make a run to the hardware store. I need a new screen for my old screen door. Washers and screws and nails by the pound. You can't find it there, it can't be found. If it ain't in store, they can order it square, peg, round, hole, they'll make it fit. Whatever you need and a whole lot more, they got it all over at the hardware store. There's a little brass bell hanging on a string. When you walk in, they can hear it ring. Any project, big or small, whatever you need, they got it all. 2x4s and 2x8s, cut the size, you won't have to wait. Pull up round back, they'll load your wood. They close on Sundays like they should. Yeah, I'm gonna run, make a run to the hardware store. I need a new screen for my old screen door. Washers and screws and nails by the pound. You can't find it there, can't be found. If it ain't in store, they can order it square, peg, round, hole, they'll make it fit. Whatever you need and a whole lot more, they got it all over at the hardware store. Whatever you need and a whole lot more, they got it all over at the hardware store.
Today, I hope you found this cool and helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more, I've got a playlist right here for you.